Say something, babe.
Some.
Ooh.
Some.
And that's what they said. Young nigga preach.
To make it real quick and simple, so I got to YouTube and some stuff, and I came across, I believe it's called Chicken and Rice.
Hey, yo. Thanks for sharing part of your day with us. This is the Chicken and Rice Podcast. I'm Dodge P, and I'm here with my best friend, my confidant, my right-hand woman, the most beautiful girl in the world inside and out, my wife. Say hello, baby.
Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome. I'm Ray, and I'm so excited to share our journey and everything in between with you guys. The best part about it, I get to do it with my husband and my very best friend. I really couldn't ask for anything better than that. I love you, babe. You the shh. Now let's do this.
Yeah. I'm excited because this week, it's episode 39. This week we actually get the pod.
Wait, is it still in the 30s? I feel like it's been in the 30s for like 6 months.
39.
Okay.
That's because we stopped filming like
Every week.
right? So, in case y'all didn't know, we tape in the Taj Mahal. So the last time we were gonna tape, the electricity went out.
Right before. Literally.
Right before. We were setting up, boom, energy went out, and I was like, holy shit. And we only had like a certain window. So I kept the stuff, set up. And it was like a 5-minute window where I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to break it down. We're not gonna be able to shoot this week. And then 5 minutes after I started breaking down, the lights came back on. That shit is whack, son. It was almost like they were waiting.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad car accident though. That literally hit a pole, and then the pole, I believe, fell on the car and then set the car on fire. And it was 2 poles. It was actually 2 poles that fell.
That's
so
nuts.
They had to replace it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they be trying to race down here. I don't know what they be doing, but shoot, to crash right there, it inconvenienced us for a couple hours. So it is what it is. But hey, 'tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Is it the season to be jolly or what?
Yeah.
Because everybody seems upset at the stores. Screaming at each other, stealing each other's gifts that they want to buy.
I don't think that ever changed.
What? Oh,
I feel like people
panic?
were always around this time, 2 weeks before Christmas, and it gets worse as the time
Gets closer.
And that's why after a particular point, I stopped going to the stores.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I like crowds, but I don't like crowds. I don't like the kind of crowds that are now, like this Christmas panic and all that other stuff. I'm not a last minute shopper type deal, and I think I only went to like 1 or 2 Black Friday things because for all the trouble that is Black Friday, like you get the shit part of the deal once you actually get into the stores.
I'd rather pay for convenience. I don't want any parts of it. I've nenever went out for Black Friday ever in my life.
I think once I went out and bought like a TV. Of course, I'm Black. That's what we do on Black Fridays. Bought a TV, and I might have once bought like a surround sound system. Right. Other than that, that's it.
Yeah, no, I won't do it. I won't do it. I don't like crowds at all of any kind.
Right.
I'm not Drake. I don't like it crowded.
Oh.
So
Drake likes it crowded?
That's what it says in his song.
Does it? What song is that?
Yeah, I like it crowded.
Oh.
Well, you like the boy, then tell me what you like about him.
Oh,
I'm too sexy.
Oh, that's not one of my favorite songs, to be honest with you.
It's not one of my favorite songs, but they played enough. Jeez.
Oh, I don't listen to the radio either. So title all day. So I listen to the same songs over and over again.
Me too. I have my few playlists, my slow jams, which I like to do makeup too because it relaxes me.
Sure.
And then when I'm in my car on the way to work, I put on like my hype stuff. so it can get me amped up for work a little bit. Doesn't always work.
I'm not going to hold you. So this week, you know what I've been listening to? Like my favorite genre of music for like 2 weeks straight since they put Tidal on my screen now.
The old school hip hop or the Spanish?
Disco.
Disco. You always love disco.
I love disco. I don't know what it is about disco that I love.
And it's like, I can't appreciate that, but it's also funny to me because I'm an 80s baby.
Right.
So I literally missed that mark. And I can't appreciate disco music, even though I know that, it was for its time, a certain time, it was the thing.
Yeah.
But kids today don't understand the 90s R&B that I love because they're born in 2000
right.
and 2001. So, right. It's just after you get past a certain time, you can't really appreciate, different genres of music and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like Bee Gees playlists on repeat.
I do like some Bee Gees songs though. I like some of the, the popular songs.
More than a woman. And Saturday Night Fever is like one of my favorite movies.
What song? Who is it? The Bee Gees?
Which one?
I Get Lifted, or is that somebody else?
I get lifted, ha, ha.
I always love that
That's not the
sample.
Bee Gees. I don't know who that is.
I forget who that is. I know who it is, but I forget.
Yeah.
I always love that sample, and I actually really like that song too.
See, that's disco too.
I know it is disco. I can appreciate some songs here and there because it's very popular. Like it's famous. It's very famous. So even though I was born at a certain time, I still know those songs, so I can appreciate. But other like just straight disco, listening to like a whole playlist, I can't do that.
Yeah, my shit is popping. And sometimes I pull up to like Dunkin' Donuts with disco on, and I jump out and they're like, all the white people like, what? I don't get it. Or if I'm got the salsa list going, they don't know if I'm Spanish or not. They don't know what to do or how to react.
Remember every time we went to Puerto Rico?
Oh man,
they started speaking Spanish to you all the time.
Yeah,
you were like, I'm black. I'm black.
Yeah, I don't see the Spanish looking part of me, but I understand it.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see it. I guess you can pass for like Dominican or Puerto Rican, but there are, the Spanish people who are mixed with the African,
right.
side, and then you have European Spanish mixed in there. So you have the white Spanish, the black Spanish. So yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
I don't get offended, but it's just that it's so funny that they think I'm one of them, which is cool. I don't mind.
It is funny because you'll just look at them like
right. So it is Christmas season. We have 40,000 trees inside the house.
7.
It's probably more like 10 if you count all the little ones.
Well, the ones that actually decorate is 7.
Right.
But not the tabletop trees.
So as you can see, like stuff like this, I go to work to an empty house, I come home and it's just like.
That's not true because it took me almost a month to do this. It took me 3.5 weeks, little by little, piece by piece. There's a method to my madness, and then I change stuff around like 20 times. Right.
So as I was saying, I would go to work one day, come home, and there'd be 100 trees in the house, which I don't mind. I like it.
It's a good feeling. It's very warm and fuzzy and all that good stuff. I love it. It's just like it's like a mood, and it really sets the mood for the holiday. It just feels warm and cozy. I love it.
No, I get it because people are like, oh, I thought you was, not religious, and I'm like,
we don't do it for that.
It's not for that. It's just for the season. It's like
it's not even for like all the like it's not even that. I just like the feeling of it, So it's more for that. At this point, I'm sure you guys realize that we're not very religious people. I am a Buddhist. I'm non-practicing, but we're not religious. We're not,
And I'm nothing.
You're a whole atheist. So.
I am a whole atheist. That doesn't make me a bad guy.
Not at all. Not at all. Because I know a lot of bad, super religious people.
It probably makes me a better guy. But it is what. Imagine if I was like super religious, like get up, we got to go to church.
Nope.
On Sunday.
Nope.
Bible study on Tuesday.
Nope.
Choir practice on Thursday.
Hell no. So I don't like what you choose to believe in, you choose to believe in. Don't push it onto me.
Right.
I don't like it when witnesses knock on my door. I don't like it when people try to ask me about, Jesus and our Lord and Savior. And I don't want to hear about people asking me when I'm going to take my Shahada.
Right.
Like, leave me alone. Right. Like, I don't bother you. That's what you believe in. That's what you want to practice. Go ahead, do your thing. But like, I'm good. I'm good over here.
Can I introduce you to my friend Jesus Christ?
Nah.
Jeez, that's great. So, of course, we were both broke growing up. But do you have like any funny like Christmas stories? Like,
okay, so I do.
Okay, so I don't know this one either. So
no,
this is
so me and my sister were actually talking about
spontaneous.
it. And so growing up, we really broke. And I remember we had this one artificial Christmas tree, and I do prefer them now. They make them so much better. But you're talking about, let's talk about the 80s and early 90s.
Sure.
It was very sparse from what I can remember. And I think my dad has some pictures of us in front of it somewhere, and I have to ask him about it because I really do want to have those photos.
Right.
And so we would decorate with whatever we would, a couple little things that we had. And we would hide candy canes. Now, back in the day, my mom cooked all the time. She had 4 kids, my father, herself, and my grandparents, her parents also.
Right.
So we never really ate out or like ate a lot of
junk or candy or whatever. But we had these candy canes, and we thought we were slick. So we were like, ooh, we would hide the candy canes from each other when we were decorating, like all inside the tree.
Oh,
now,
inside
mind
the
you,
tree.
it's
Okay.
like real gappy.
So you can see everything.
So you can see everything.
Like hiding it in the window.
So we weren't really hiding anything.
Sure.
And we couldn't wait. So like we would always sneak and eat the candy cane. So by the time Christmas came, there was
Right.
like not one candy cane left. And it was just funny because those were such treats for us. But me and my sister were also talking. We took a little trip to Maryland the other day for my girlfriend's baby shower.
Sure.
And we were talking about the trees and everything. We were like, one of the worst things about Christmas in that time was when we went back to school, all the kids would be like, oh, I got this, and this. What did you get? So we were really ashamed because we had no money and my parents didn't have money. So we were just like, oh, we'll make up I got some markers and some coloring books. Like we just like kind of made stuff up because we really didn't have anything under the tree. We just were, we moved to this country and we were trying to celebrate some of the holidays and everything like that everyone in the country pretty much celebrates.
Like peer pressure.
So, but it was fun too because we used to wake up, and one of my favorite memories growing up, we probably put this tree up a couple times, and then I don't know what happened to it. But waking up watching Saturday morning cartoons, the Christmas ones, so they had like Alvin and the Chipmunks and all the Frosty the Snowmans. We used to do that every year, and it was like my favorite thing.
And that's when they used to play them like a week before instead of every day, a month before.
Yeah.
Now it's like every weekend you're getting Frosty the Snowman, you're getting the Christmas story.
You had to catch it. You had to catch it. And we did. Man. Like we woke up and the tree was there.
Right.
And we would watch our cartoons. And it was very few memories of Christmas.
Right.
And like I said, the tree went up 2, maybe 3 times, but probably more like twice. And that was pretty much it. And so 2016, one year I said, I want to get a little Christmas tree. And that's how this whole thing started. We were in the other house and I got a little 3-foot real tree out front, like the supermarket, and it pricked me a million times and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I actually just posted up on my design page, if you guys want to check it out, Gray Class Design. And then I put every tree there, like, each year after that. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah, so you can see the progression, but it's almost like a little mini obsession now. I really enjoy it. It relaxes me and it makes me happy.
Did you say mini obsession?
Yeah.
That's an MANY obsession?
MINI.
No, MANY, mini.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
So I'm sure, and I don't want my people to see this and be like, oh, this ungrateful little motherfucker, but I'm sure that there were a lot of Christmases where I got a lot of things. Very unmemorable or uneventful now that I'm looking back. Like none of that stuff really mattered. But I do remember one year when I didn't get anything.
Okay.
But that was my fault. So as I grew up with my grandmother, I'm not sure where the money for Christmas came from. I wanted this game called Domino Rally. The nerd in me, right? I wanted a domino rally. So basically what you do is you set up these dominoes like in a pattern. You hit the one and it, knocks them all down.
Sure.
So I wanted it. So she bought it and didn't wrap it, but left it like in the closet. I guess she was going to wrap it later.
Okay.
Left it in the closet, like at the bottom of the stairs. Like me, I was always
trying
into
to find
shit.
it?
Yeah, find it. So I found it. And I was like, oh, shoot, I got it. So I'm excited. She would leave. And one day I like opened it. Yeah.
Couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait. Like wrap that shit and put it away. So of course, after you open it, like you can't unopen it. So I played with it, put this shit back. Right? And I'm like, yeah, I can't wait till Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
Christmas Day come, there wasn't shit under the tree for me. Not the open domino rally set that she had bought, and nothing else.
Because he's like, this mom.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the Christmas I remember.
That is hilarious.
And there's one other. So I grew up like in breakdancing.
Okay.
80s. Everybody had boom boxes. I'm like, I'm getting a boom box, right? 2 speakers, blah blah blah, in the middle. Son, my grandmother, again, was like, I want a box. She's like, okay, I got your ass. So she did get me a box, but it was one that only had like the tape deck and 1 speaker. So it's pretty much like the bootleg boombox. Like I couldn't even get like the New York stations from my boombox from my place in Connecticut. So this is, and I can't take it outside because it's like, you got the one speaker, John. Like, yeah. So those are the two. Those
so
are
all the bad, or like not bad, but all the like, it stood out more than which to me, tells me that you were a little spoiled. Like you were used to a certain type of thing, so you remember not getting more than you remember getting.
Sure, I think I remember not getting that 1 year. Because I spoiled it for myself.
Right.
Totally get it. As an adult, I totally understand it. As a kid, you don't really understand that shit. You're like, I'm getting it. And then when it don't show up, it's like, holy shit.
You already played with it.
Yeah, I already played with it. But it was like, I teased myself. I played with it, put it back, and then never played with it again.
Oh my goodness.
It is what it is. I can't fault anybody, but it's good because, like I said, we used to get at least something, you know what I mean? But at this age, all of it's uneventful except for those 2 times, with the one speaker boombox. And y'all know what I'm talking about. It was probably like a realistic, probably came from Radio Shack or something. But that's at the time where everybody had 2 speakers. Sometimes they had 2 decks, with a small equal.
Yeah, because you can record.
Yeah, no, not me. I wasn't doing that.
Do you remember when they used to take the tissue? Or they used to break the little things, and when you wanted to record over, you put the little tissues.
You have to break the
and
tab.
the little tape. Mm-hmm. But we put the tissues in there when we wanted to record, because if we broke it one time, and you wanted to record over it again, you had to
you had to
knock
close
it
that
out
hole
and reclose the hole. So we stuck a little toilet tissue.
Yeah, everybody did that. So I mean, I was the kind that was making longer tapes by taking the tape deck off and taping tape together. And I was wild. I was just thinking about that the other day too, like cars now. I was looking at my car and said, there's not even a CD thing in here.
Right.
And I'm just like,
Does mine
technology.
have one? I don't know. But I just use my phone with the. I'm
old enough that I remember like 8-track tapes.
That's
in cars.
Yeah, I don't.
That shit was like putting a VHS joint in your. Yeah, and then from what I remember, like you could only fast forward. There was no rewind. Nuts. I'm old. Like I'm thinking about stuff like that. The 8-track, then the multiple CD decks. I
remember. When like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video were the thing, and we had but we had like the hood ones in Logan. So you would go to a little Asian movie rental place, and it was like $1, right? But you had to make sure, or else they would charge you to rewind it. So we had the little car.
Oh, the rewinder.
The little car rewinder.
Rewind.
You stick. You stick it in and press it down, and and the car would kind of rev up and rewind it.
Yeah.
Okay, showing our age.
Listen,
it's so nostalgic though. Like these kids
nostalgic.
have no idea. Like these kids today don't even know what some of them a CD, a Discman, like that's been obsolete for a while.
Yeah, I think Giovanni was around for CDs, but I just don't remember. Pretty much the MP3 age. Well, we made CDs out of MP3, so it was a big thing. But we're kind of getting back to work now. So I was at the job the other day, and I saw one of the attorneys. He was like, damn, I ain't seen you in a while. What you been up to? Blah, blah. We was chopping it up. And he was like, he went to a wedding over the summer. One of the assistants got married, and he was invited. I was kind of pissed off. I wasn't invited. Well, it is what it is. So he's a white guy. He said, man, I was so excited to go to this black wedding. So I said, which line dance did y'all do? Was it the electric slide? Was it the
Cupid Shuffle?
He was like, that's why I'm pissed off. We didn't do any of that.
Wow.
And I was like, what? You wasn't at a black wedding. I said all black events end with some type of one of those line dances. He was like, no, we didn't do that. He was like, it was funny. He was like, because, during the, what is it? When you have the dinner,
rehearsal dinner?
No, after you get married, you have the reception.
Oh, okay.
He was like, and they were passing the mic around. He was like, everything began with, a little prayer, and at the end it was like, thank God. I was like, oh, okay. I said, that's cool. I'm glad I wasn't invited then. It may have killed my buzz a little bit.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was a little bit more religious than it was.
Yeah.
I'm
not gonna hold you.
What?
Stuff that has to do with religion makes me very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. It's a little weird to me too.
It makes me very uncomfortable. I would prefer to just
chill.
not, really be around stuff that's too religious.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So he was mad because he was like, I wanted to do one of those dances. I was like, yeah. I said, I don't know how to do any of them. So you're good.
I think I know how to do the original electric slide, and that's about it.
I grew up, when I was growing up, I thought I was too cool for a lot of things.
Right.
And so now I'm too old for a lot of things. So I missed like this big period, I think, of having like the most fun.
Right.
And I think that's one of the most fun periods I missed. But I was telling him, I was like, man, there's some things I miss about like big black families, like Thanksgiving, like the hood Thanksgiving and like the hood cookouts in the summertime.
Right.
That's when grandmothers used to really be like the head of the house or the head of the family.
Oh, they used to
and everybody.
Down.
Yeah. Like, and when my grandmother died, I don't remember ever attending another like really huge family function unless it was a funeral.
Well, you have with my god family.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving, some big block parties.
Yeah, that's true too.
They calmed down over the years a lot too now, so it's been quite a while since we.
But it was always fun. Like,
it's always fun.
It's always fun. It's always like what you expect. Like when you see like Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins in these movies, they try to touch on.
When you see that,
like,
they're invited to the cookout. Like it's
right.
It's not a barbecue. It's a cookout.
Yeah, I miss those.
What are you?
Oh, what's wrong with that dude? I miss as a black man, like I miss those as a kid growing up, like in my 20s and 30s. Like I miss that type of just nuttiness.
So the perfect example that I can think of is Poetic Justice.
I don't remember Poetic Justice.
When Tupac,
right,
and Janet and Joe Torre roll up to that family reunion, they're like,
oh, that's right, and they sneak in,
cousin,
like, what up, cuz?
And they're just like, hey, yeah, we're from blah blah blah, auntie. Oh
right.
yeah, I know, come eat. And it's just like 1,000 people just eating and having a good time,
and then all the drama that pops off. I like all of that. Like I miss all of that stuff. It's underrated. It's stuff when you're going through it, you're like, man, this shit is corny. But then like you think back on it and you're like,
great.
Man, it's fucking great. Like
great.
We're not creating, and I'm fine with it, but we're not creating any of those moments.
Oh, well, tell them about you went to a friend's birthday and you said this place was a whole vibe with people who are old enough at that point who can appreciate dancing and just having fun without being too cool to do anything.
Right. So we're in Philly. I think this place is in New Brunswick. So I'm glad you brought that up. It's a soul food restaurant, I think, and we went the first Sunday of December. We got a party bus, like 13, 14 of us got in a bus, partied on the way up there from like South Jersey to New Brunswick, went in this place to eat, and the place was a whole vibe. The place is named Deltas, DELTA''S. Like, we got on the bus and I didn't look up until we were there. So we go inside, live DJ, I want to say middle-aged crowd, maybe 30 to 50 was the audience. DJ playing all hip-hop and R&B music that you remember, that you love. That you love. Food was okay. But the place was a vibe. The only complaint that I have was the music was a little bit too loud. But you had people like Berg. What's going on, bud?
It's all right.
So you have people, eating. You got people dancing. You got a bar there. You have, probably the women who are like past their prime, but they're still having a great time and nobody cares.
That's all that matters. You can't tell them anything. Yeah,
it was good. It was a good place to be. I wish the music was a little bit lower. I wish the food was a little bit better. So either my palate is veered so far left that I don't recognize good food, or a lot of food that I used to think was good is not as good as I remember. Because nothing really like blew my mind from this place, but the energy in it was great. Even had a small dude in there. I was just like, yo, like this is like the hood bar, but like 10 levels above that, because nobody was ice grilling anybody.
Right.
Waitresses are all pretty. People in there were just having a good time, and it was great. So if you are in New Brunswick, or I don't know what New Brunswick is by, Newark, I guess.
Probably it's North Jersey, so
Yeah.
right. So
even though we're close, like it's crazy. It's like Jersey is like a whole nother country for us.
It is a whole nother country.
Because when we go there, we only go to where we're going and we come back home. So I know Sicklerville, Wakanda, and Princeton. That's it.
And Cherry Hill, a little bit area, right?
Yeah, I know how to get to the mall and back.
Yeah, I don't go to Jersey. You can't make lefts.
Yeah, you can't make lefts from the center lane. It's nuts.
No.
So Deltas was good. What else do I have here? We talked about that. So, did we talk about, I don't know who out there is watching BMF or who watched BMF last season, but like one of the best things Stars has put on since P Valley, in my opinion. And the first parts of Power.
The first part, you know what? I'm even going to say that acting wise,
yes,
they got Power beat, like the first part of Power. I think so because Lala couldn't really act. There was a few people that like
who got jobs just because of who they knew.
Right. And I feel like they may have gotten a little better over time, but they're not like deep down like real actors and actresses.
Sure.
So I feel like that Power could have been a lot more better in that aspect. It's the acting.
Sure.
But it was a decent show. I did love the show.
Right.
I cannot appreciate it now because we went from someone who ran the streets to college. So I just feel like I'm watching little kids play around with each other right now. And the storyline is not great.
It's not believable.
It's so it's like, and then to come off of a BMF.
Right.
To that, I can't appreciate. BMF is like this. It's like go. And it's pretty much based on, Big Meech, a true story.
Right.
They changed the little things they had to change up, but for the most part, and it's decent, and I really did like it a lot.
I think it's really gonna jump off next season. It's crazy because a lot of people don't even know who Big Meech is. They don't know who BMF is, and I'm just like, okay, if you don't know, like I know what kind of guy you not, and that's not a bad thing, but if you don't know who they are, then I know what kind of guy you are or were as a kid. So that says a lot. You know how you could say something to somebody and in their response you can kind of pigeonhole them.
You're still like, they didn't know who Freaky Ty was.
Exactly. Like shit like that. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. So whatever. They don't know who Freaky Ty is. I'm like, how? Okay, you're not really a hip hop head, but it is what it is. But there's been a lot of comparisons of Omar to Lamar.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I'm not even going to go there.
I agree, but I'm going to go there. And I don't know who thinks, I don't even look at Lamar and think tough guy in his acting.
Right.
It just nothing about how he moves, speaks, or just even walks. Says tough guy.
People are really giving him his flowers, and I feel like,
and I'm not hating.
Me neither. I feel like I wasn't 1,000% convinced. People are saying that they really like his acting. I guess people see him as just like, this dude is really crazy. Like he plays crazy well, but I'm not. He's definitely no Omar. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was intimidating. He was very. I mean, just the way he moves, the way he talks, that scar across his face. Like you can't. Like he's scary looking,
Everything about Omar is way more.
Like people come out. I mean, he comes out and people go hide. It's just. But I wasn't. I believe that he can act. I don't think that he sold me on that particular role.
I don't think this role works best for him, and I'm not sure why casting couldn't have done a better job. But again,
that's just our opinion because a lot of people love him for that role.
Those are probably the same people who never watched Wire.
Well, if they're comparing, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm just like, no. In my opinion, no. Lamar is
nowhere near. He can't touch Omar.
Yeah,
can't touch Omar.
Yeah, he cannot touch him. But anyway, BMF is dope. I'm waiting for season 2 of P Valley. That would be dope. But I'm just confused about. Well, maybe it takes less to be a tough guy now. I don't know. Because we had a dude in our projects, who kind of was like Lamar type.
Right.
Like when he came out, like it seemed like it got just real quiet outside. And that's nuts. He was always in jail. He would come out like this. He would come home.
It's like a Debo. Like Debo would come and people would hide their, bikes and stay because you're about to get something's about to get took.
And it was crazy. This guy,
you're not gonna do nothing about it.
You definitely not.
Just gonna give it to him. Like
he had his brother was gay, like straight, like not even like flamboyant. He had a broken middle finger, so his middle finger always stayed like straight like this. And nobody messed with him because they knew when his brother came home, it was a problem. Right. And I'm just like, yo, whew.
Reputation.
Yeah, those are the type of dudes who, if you was outside, you knew a tough guy when you saw one. Like the air just started to get real thick when real tough guys came out. And I feel like the air is real thin when Lamar is on screen. I just thought I don't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
It's nuts. But what else? What else do I have?
You have me.
Oh, I do have you, and I'm thankful for that. So, Christmas, I'm trying to figure out who's still stressing over what to get people for Christmas, right? Because we get each other. Here's how we do it. And as simple as...
In the beginning, we did kind of like...
How many years did we do it? Like a year, maybe?
2 or 3.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, this is too much.
About 3 years. I mean, we're 13 years in right now. Mm-hmm. So I'd say about the first 3 years.
Trying to figure out what to get you and you what to get me.
It was very stressful. And now we're just like... What do you want? We'll get you the main thing that you want. And then we'll just do some stocking stuffers and some little things on the side for the surprise factor.
Right.
And I like that.
And we've been doing it for so long that we're a part of this Elfster thing, right?
Right.
I'm not going to say any names. But if you're watching this, I hate your ass. Because you make things difficult.
Just put what you want.
So if y'all don't know what Elfster is a website where you get a group of people and you say, we're going to exchange gifts.
It's an adult Pollyanna.
Pretty much.
Online. But you get to link or tell people exactly what you want. And you get to link everything. Just go on Amazon or whatever website. Just click it. And then it'll take it right to the Elfster. So whoever gets you can get you exactly what you want.
Exactly.
And people don't do it.
So here's a couple things. One year I got the same shit like 2 years in a row. Yeah. I'm like, yo, how did that happen? Oh, that was on the list. No, it wasn't. You didn't pay attention. So I hope I don't get the same shit again this year.
Oh, my. Do you have to remove it?
It should say like 2021 list or 20.
Yeah, but I maybe just manually go in there and delete it.
Well, now we up the gift amount.
Yes.
So if I get the same shit I got before the gift amount was upped, then I know that there's an issue.
Yeah.
But one of the people on our Elfster just didn't put anything. So you called me stressing out about what to get this person. And I'm like, I wouldn't get him shit. I would get them like an ugly sweater and some socks and say, here it is, because you didn't let me know what you wanted to do. Right. And I could tell in your voice, like when you called, like, what should I get him? Like, I hate for somebody else to cause me or you some issues that I have to deal with when there's no need for the issues.
It's not a big deal, but I'm not like a last minute shopper or anything. So I just wanted to get it out the way and I had no idea.
Right, like, because they didn't fill out their Elfster.
Fill out your Elfster, please.
Please, fill out your Elfster.
And make someone's life easy.
This is exactly what you want. You don't have to fake smile when you open the gift that you don't want on Christmas.
And then you got to go return it and exchange it.
Exactly. So it is the season. I don't know if we'll pot again before the new year. I got some things coming up that will probably keep us away, but we're going to do the best we can do. The Christmas tree, if you can see, gray class design.
Yes.
On Instagram. That's the only place, right?
Yes.
I think the Christmas tree decorating, I put some on my Facebooks for the military group, on my page for the military group thing that I do. And they were all just going crazy. And I was like, hey, it is what it is. If you want this, a couple things have to happen because like a lot of people don't have all this stuff in their inventory, like in their stock.
Right.
So when you see this, you got to know like this is like years.
It's collecting and just finding stuff over time. Mm-hmm. But one of the biggest questions I get is, where do you store all this stuff? So during the pandemic, a great question. I cleaned out the attic.
Sure.
And it took me literally about a week and a half. A couple hours here, a couple hours there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had to redo the roof, and everything fell on top of everything. You had to re-clean everything again. So, but we do have a good size attic. It is the full size of the original house.
Right.
It's just the thing is it's A-frame.
Right.
So I can only stand up straight in the center, and then I kind of have to like hunch down. Everything's pretty organized though, so it is a lot of stuff, but I have it pretty well organized.
Yeah, you did a good job up there. I mean, after I put the lights up there,
because it was pretty dark. And then one day I just went up there not even realizing that there was like a bigger light, and I'm just doing stuff. Right. And I'm just thinking that, I don't know. I was just, that's brighter up here.
See?
I appreciate the things you do for me. I do.
You don't even pay attention. You just thought, the sun is out up this motherfucker now. Like, come on, man.
With no windows?
Yeah.
Well, there's two.
Yeah, but you can't. One has the fan and it brings no natural light in. But
I appreciate everything that you do to help me out. I appreciate your support on everything that I love or like and enjoy doing. I appreciate it all.
Life is easier when you're in cooperation with the person
really
you're in love with. You know what I mean? Because if you're not, I've been not cooperating in a couple relationships, and them shits was terrible. So, if we don't talk to you before Christmas, happy holidays, Merry New Year, Happy New Year.
Oh, Merry New Year, yes.
Merry New Year, all that Kwanzaa, the candle one. What's that?
Rosh Hashanah?
Did
I just make that up?
I don't know.
Is that like in
Hanukkah?
Hanukkah. See, Rosh Hashanah was a month or two ago, right?
Happy all of those.
Happy everything. Happy holidays.
Exactly.
So, all right, guys.
All right, well, I'm out.
Catch you next time.
Maybe.
Why do you always cry when